views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Wow. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. It's so great to be connecting with all of you. I bet you missed me. Did you miss me? Well, I don't know that you actually missed me. You probably don't even know I was gone. And you know why that is? Because you're so in the present moment. And it doesn't matter whether I'm here or not. We've got some of the most amazing radio hosts, co-hosts on Transformation Talk Radio that pop right in here. It is an exciting time to bring a message of positivity out into the world. Speaking of positivity, hi, Mr. Benny. I think I lost Benny on that. I don't know where Benny went. I think Benny got completely overwhelmed about where he went or didn't go. I hope he can actually still hear me. So that's going to be kind of interesting. I want to welcome everybody here. Welcome to the show. Benny, I don't know. Dude, can you still hear me? Or
sorry,
am I
Pat,
just
I'm on the phone. Sorry about that. Let me handle it.
Oh, sorry.
Right back.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Hey, everybody. Dana's here. And here's what I want to say to all of you. I love what people are doing and the people that have said yes to the question we're asking them. We have a question and we sent out an interesting email and we said to folks, are you ready to accelerate your expansiveness? That's our question. You know, we don't send these things out that say, oh, come on the radio show. Did you know that you can buy airtime? Did you know this? Because people don't know that. What they know right now is they're in the midst of having an incredible awakening of their own. And this, Dana's going to talk about this. This is the idea that you have had something inside of yourself, just like I did 14 years ago, inside of myself that needed to come out. I did not have a clueless that this would be it. 14 years? Are you kidding me? I was given 14 minutes. They said, you are not going to get anywhere with this positive talk idea. You crazy? Who the heck's going to listen to that? Okay, how about millions? Millions. That's what Dana's about. I am so thrilled to be introducing you to somebody that's got something groundbreaking, amazing going on to help all of us with an awakening that we've never had before. Dana Canetta joining me here today. When Dana said yes, this word, her name, Dana Canetta, the name transformed into her vision, her purpose, and her life. Today, you're going to find out what that is. Now, is the show going to be about something that all of us need to hear? You bet. The Seductive Awakening Journey, a whole new perspective. Dana has been helping people worldwide. She has been stepping out there and tuning in to what folks are really needing to change in their lives. Whether you know or have heard about her speak about energy healing systems or Reiki, or she's this fabulous transformational guide, a coach, a mentor, or whether you're familiar with her work, Body Awaken. Here's what you're going to find out today is that she is bringing it to the forefront to help all of us understand that it is no longer okay to play, not to lose. It is the game of playing to win at all levels of consciousness. Dana, it's great to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Pat. Thank you so much. It's so great to be here.
Awaken. Let's tap ourselves on the shoulder for a minute and let's talk about this, because I think that this is a whole series where you're introducing people to a groundbreaking idea and approach. And before we get into the meat of this, so to speak, what has this journey been like for you? What kind of awakening have you had in the time you and I have spent together creatively and otherwise? Tell me how you doing?
Good. Very good. I'm really happy to be here. And I want to thank you first for that wonderful introduction. The journey has been quite a journey. And especially the past, few months, after I said yes to this. And what I want to say is, where I started with the business being Body Awakening, there was just an immense shift over the last, time period, moving through this process, saying yes to this opportunity, and just really putting myself all in to what it is that I'm really creating and putting out there. And that's when Body Divinity was birthed, and which is really where we're all destined to be, and obviously I will talk more about this, but what needs to happen first is this awakening. And within my journey, and like you said, yours was like 14 years ago. I don't know if I can calculate right off the top of my head, but there's been several awakenings, and I don't feel that it ever really ends, but it just always gets better and better and better.
Yeah. I love this. Today, we get to have sort of a birthing, this idea of giving birth and awakening. And, you're going to talk about the meaning of seductive awakening. And we're going to talk about, this being the beginning and how people can join us, not just in a conversation, Dana, but to join us in the journey itself, to become in this place of changing ourselves. So can you talk for a minute on this idea, the path of awakening, and what this seductive awakening means? Because I love it.
Absolutely. So seductive awakening, when you think about the word seductive, it's something that reels you in, it's that attraction, it's that kind of stimulation that happens. And over time, when I was going through my awakening process, there was a lot of, deep, dark soul of the moments, and there was a lot of self-judgment, and we can really berate ourselves as we're going through it because we don't really understand what's going on, and we think that life is happening to us rather than for us.
Yeah.
And we can circle, and we can drown in victimhood when we're doing that. And I've been there, and what I've come to realize is that, we can actually look at this awakening journey as more of like this, it's seductive, it reels you in. You cannot ignore it. As much as you try to run, you cannot run. And I'll talk about this later, but that's really where the body comes into play. But, if we can look at this journey as a way to go to be all in and to allow it to seduce us, be curious. Go through it with this curiosity of like, what does this mean? And listening to your mind and your thoughts and asking questions rather than judging ourselves, rather than judging the outcome of whatever's happening in your outer world right now, because everything that's happening in our outer world is just a reflection of what we need to look within ourselves.
Wow. And boy, isn't that really one of the lessons that, we get to learn here? But most importantly about what you said to me is that, this is something you've been doing. This is something you've been helping people with for a long, long time. And what I love about this is even doing that, there is an evolution of your work, right? That
Definitely.
helps us understand how to adjust to the time we live in, right?
Right.
So, we're talking about this first moment and how we know we're on the path. I have never been able to describe it, but I know you work with a lot of people. Do folks know when something is changed, when they have a sense that they're on the path, or when they're in a new wave of something?
Well, I feel that it's almost like you can't not know. And the reason why I say that is because I remember when I had my very first moment, and it was, first of all, it was very painful. It was just this inner knowing that I'm not on the path I meant to be. And it was almost like, oh my gosh, I have to break everything down right now. What does this mean? And what started to happen was that as I began to get curious rather than run away from it, it was almost like one of my mentors always says, I love this analogy of like cosmic breadcrumbs. It was kind of like all the little things started aligning. Somebody came into my life, and it was like, the stuff that she was teaching was somehow, I say somehow because we can sit there and wonder how we resonate with something that we've never known before. But I do believe that we've all come from many, many different lives.
Yeah.
So, I do feel that intuitively there's a sense that something is happening. And then those people that need to assist you on that journey will show up. And that's trusting spirit, that's just trusting the process.
Yeah, it is. And at the same time, I don't know about you, but is this idea of trusting the process something that folks have to learn? I mean, I know the work that you do with people is to help folks, first of all, get a sense of things. And then, moving forward, completely understand that there is this level of trust that can happen. And it becomes the gateway for them. Yeah. Does Seductive Awakening help with that?
Well, yes, but I will say that, as I begin to work with somebody, as you said before, there is a system, we start at one place, which is a totally fine place to be. That's the place where a lot of the self-judgment comes in, and why am I feeling this way? And why am I sad all the time? And, and that's where we really need to come home and connect with our body and connect with ourselves. And a lot of the people that I work with, who I'm sure there's a lot of people on this call that have experienced, are highly empathic or very sensitive, and they're not understanding why things are affecting them at the level that they're affecting them. So with your question even before of like, do we know that we're actually awakening? Probably not. Yeah. It's probably, like some grief or a physical ailment, health issues, which is how mine started. That sort of goes in this transition period, and layers and layers and layers. So, I think what happens with the Seductive Awakening is that when we begin to understand that the things that we're feeling and the things that are happening and the thoughts that we're having, it's all perfect. And there's no reason to judge for being in a certain place in your life, because it's, as much as people hate when they, somebody says this, and as much as I hated it, we are all exactly where we're meant to be. It's just, we need to go through these various tunnels in order to get out and see the light.
Oh boy. You and I are going to have so much fun with this. We're going to take a short break, everybody. When we come back, we're going to talk about, wait a minute, challenges. Are there challenges on the awakening journey? And what is that about? There is a piece that comes with this, and dare I say, we sense it coming. But what does that actually feel like? I'm so thrilled about this. We're going to be doing an entire series with Dana. And by the way, when we come back, we're going to tell you about this brand new community forum that she's created. Wait till you hear about this. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, talk radio to thrive by. I am so thrilled to be talking to all of you. We have got talk radio for all of us. Are you ready and willing and able to accept all of the abundance you can muster up in your life? Check us out, thedrpatshow.com, transformationtalkradio.com, transformationradio.fm.
You, yes, you,
can be the highest version of yourself. Wellness coach and natural beauty expert Dr. Agnes Frenkel is on a mission to help you play the game of your life. Win in vibrancy, health, and beauty. Because you deserve it. Dr. Agnes goes beyond the limits in her personal coaching sessions to revolutionize health and wellness. Now is the time to unleash your true power. For more information, visit dragnesfrankel.com.
There are so many resources out there for meditation. But did you know that Atana's Heart Earth Healing Meditation is available for you for free? Yes, that's right. You can receive this free healing meditation today from Atana Vadili. All you need to do is visit his website, atanamethod.com. That's ATAANA method.com, and sign up. You will receive your free meditation instantly. That's atanamethod.com.
Is traditional medicine not working for you? Do you still feel as if your health isn't 100%? Here at the Holistic Medical Center, Dr. Nushin Darvish and the qualified staff look through the dimensions of wellness and start a healing plan prioritized to your needs. Our physicians assess the whole you until complete health is achieved. Get the help you need by visiting drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
A word of caution: if you prefer the status quo and you are not interested in improving every aspect of your life, this book will trigger the shift out of you. The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens is available now. Author Colette Steffen brings the powerful knowledge and life-changing energy and empowerment from the radio airwaves to the pages of her new book. To get your copy in paperback or ebook, visit thetruthisfunny.com today.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
Then I would catch you. You need a light. I'd find a match, 'cause
Hey, everybody. It's so great to have all of you tuning us in and turning us on. Thank you so very, very much for all that you do. I want to thank all of you for reaching out to us. And we have many, many changes. You're going to start to see them right now on the website. Things are going to change. But in the meantime, know that we have taken everything you've asked for and have bundled it into the changes we're making. And Dana Canetto knows a lot about this. And what I mean by that is, if you work with people, one of the things you learn is how to change and grow with them. Dana, tell us, before we get back into this, tell us about what you're creating for folks.
The tribe.
Yeah.
So I felt really called to offer a community or something for, I work primarily with women, but I'm not against, working with men too. So as I speak, I might chime in with women here. But not everybody can, whether it's afford or they have time or commit to, a long-term program or even a short-term program. And I was trying to find a way to really get this message out there and offer support in a way that people can afford. But also I am so much a connector. I do believe that a community, people learn so much more from it because other people are asking the right questions and that not somebody else might, have the knowing to ask. So I've decided to open a community, a forum on Facebook called Body Divinity Tribe. And what I'm doing is I'm offering, a 30-day trial so they can come in and check it out. The first call will be December 12th. And what it's going to be is it's going to be 2 calls, live calls a month where there's interaction, laser coaching, Q&A. And there's also, unlimited access. Most people know what Facebook is. So you ask a question on Facebook, I'm always on there.
Yeah.
So I'll chime in with questions. So it's really just a group for support and guidance. And And so that's offered on my website, and you can see all the information there. There'll be, after the 30-day trial, there'll be a $44 subscription, just monthly.
Nice.
And
Yep.
it's danakennetto.com, my name, and
Nice.
/ body divinity tribe.
I love it.
Yeah. Did I say .com? Yes. /
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people know that.
Well, let me make sure that we get this right, because, for those people listening, this is very, very cool. One of the things that I've gotten requests for over and over and over again is to build a community. And what I said was, you know what? That's actually not mine to do outside of the radio. But I bring people like Dana on so that Dana can help all of us. And so it's danakennetto.com / body divinity tribe. But the other thing is just go to danakennetto.com and we'll tell you lots more about that. Okay, here we are. And we're talking about how do we relate to the challenges, right, that the awakening journey comes with. And can you talk about that what those challenges are and what one could do about them?
Yeah. So, when it comes to the challenges, it's really, there's so many, and I call it symptoms. It really is symptoms of awakening. Whether you're going through something, which is another word for it is ascension. But, there could be, a person, a family member, or someone dies and you're going through an intense, almost like overwhelming amount of grief, or there's a physical ailment, or, things are just happening in your exterior world that are really, it feels like the world is just crashing in on you. And my number one, tool is to actually feel it. So what we often do is we'll find ways to distract, whether it's through alcohol or shopping or eating or, whatnot. And it really is about just coming home, like sitting with the feelings, sitting with the everything that's going on and being curious with it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say it's actually going to feel better in an instant. Actually, it might feel worse because you're actually feeling, which is something that we've always done. We've ran away from, whether, and I always go back with my work to childhood. It's like, what are the things that you perceived growing up as a child where it wasn't okay to feel, or, it wasn't safe to feel. Most people these days, that's something that is looked at, if you're sad, it's looked at as being wrong. If you're mad or angry, forget it. That's like a curse. All of these things are so crucial, because what's happening is, whether it's your emotions, some people feel it more in their emotional body, and some people feel it in their physical body. So it's asking those questions like, well, what's happening? Why am I getting sick? Well, maybe it's something that you're eating that, you're being called to really cleanse and be a higher vibration of who you are. And so maybe there's things that you need to eliminate with your diet, or, so it's being, and that's when I said on the, it's being sensually engaged in life. So when I say that, sensual is kind of like one of those words that's not really understood very well.
Right.
The way I look at it is just being completely connected. And I mean completely, even with your thoughts, your feelings, what's going on in the world around you, and how can you see that as a reflection to what's going on inside of you.
Yeah, I think the term sensual, when we hear it, we go to a lot of different places. But having said that, we look at people such as yourself, where you have these extraordinary abilities to, how should we say it, sense things, right? And in the world we live in today, the old way, right, Dana? The old way of processing facts are just not going to work. I mean, we cannot possibly process all of the information we're getting. So don't we have to create something different here and look at ourselves first as a sensual being?
Yes. And you brought up something that I didn't touch on that I think is so important. And yes, first of all, we are number one. And there's one thing I know that has been very hard for most people is to build boundaries, right? So where can we, protect our own energy, protect ourselves? You said something about sensing things. I am highly empathic. I've realized I was, I guess once I was highly empathic as a child. So I picked up a lot of things and I picked them up as mine. I judge them as mine. Oh. And there's so many people out there that are going through this where they're not even really understanding that half the stuff that's going on in the world around them, they're taking in as theirs and they're feeling it. And, it's about discerning in those moments when there's grief or sadness or anger, is this mine? We can pick it up from our friends, from our partners, from our family. We can pick it up if we're in, on the train from the person sitting next to us, so it's like I said, it's being so awake and so open to asking the questions of, this is interesting. I'm feeling really sad right now, because I guarantee the more that one does this, the quicker they move through the emotion that they're not wanting to feel. I'm sure many people have heard, energy in motion is emotion. So rather than holding on to it or distracting it, it's going to just come back. It's going to keep coming back. It's like disease, it'll just keep resurfacing if you don't get to the origin of it.
Oh my gosh, I know. And, let's talk about this too, as well. I have had more people call me, contact me, email me. And, I also work with women on the verge of doing horrific things in their lives for themselves because they cannot take it. And I've had more people since the election just not know what to do. And I get a sense that this is an awakening as well. There's so many things that people say have been awakened inside themselves that they didn't have. So here's my question to you. It's, how do we help people? And let's talk about this when we come back. How do we help people look at the awakening journey? How do we help them look at, this thing that's inside of me that I didn't think was in there just got triggered. What do I do with it? Dana Canetto, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to continue to explore what this is looking like. But more importantly, how do we get a new perspective and outlook on awakening? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to stop stress, anxiety, and low self-esteem from running your life? Join award-winning author Dr. Friedemann Schaub for Empowerment Radio and learn breakthrough solutions to switch out of survival mode and approach every day with great ease, joy, and purpose. Tune in the first and third Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific to Empowerment Radio with host Dr. Friedemann Schaub on Transformation Talk Radio. Visit thefearandanxietysolution.com to learn more.
Tune in to Dynamics of Diversity Radio, scripting the new narrative for immigration with leading experts Kripa Upadhyaya and Steve Tanijo on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This show will remove the noise that often accompanies discussions on this topic and share a new perspective on the dynamics of immigration and diversity, ever reminding us that together we are all at the core of innovation, excellence, and positive change. Visit OrbitLawPLLC.com for upcoming topics.
Brand consultant Jen Morgan is here with Radically Distinct Radio to help you take control of your future and maximize your brand's power to produce results. Whether you're an individual trying to reinvent yourself and launch a new venture, or you're an executive trying to reposition your company to modernize your sales and marketing programs, Jen Morgan and the RAD Method empower you to play to your strengths and show up in the world as your most powerful brand. To learn more, go to jenmorgan.com. That's Jen with 2 N's Morgan.com, or call 206-972-5366.
Would you like to experience life-transforming adventures in personal expansion and world service? If you do, tune in to learn about magical innate abilities that you can develop and use to make your dreams come true. Joy Elaine is author of the Joy Chronicles, and she's inviting you and millions of others to join her in working with galactic masters, angels, and the Ashtar Command as they assist humanity and planet Earth to achieve their ultimate destination of ascension. For more information about this upcoming event and broadcast, visit joyelaine.com. That's joy, ELAINE.com.
What if your body and mind were the compasses to the secrets, mysteries, and magic of life? Glenna Rice, co-host of The Questionable Parent, is inviting you to access all that is possible. Glenna is a 10-year certified veteran access consciousness facilitator who offers an amazing variety of life-changing classes and workshops. Work with Glenna from anywhere with teleclasses and workshops all over the globe. To learn more and see Glenna's current schedule of events, classes, and workshops, visit glennarice.com.
Wow. Hey, everybody. It's so great to have all of you tune us in, turn us on. I really love. I love what I do. But more importantly, I love to share what other people are doing. That's really what wakes me up every day. Dana Canetto is joining me here today. We're talking about the Seductive Awakening journey, a whole new perspective. Dana, before we kind of jump back in, I know you have a phenomenal giveaway for the show today. Please tell folks what you're paying forward. It's amazing.
Yeah. So what I'd like to just invite anyone who is feeling called to, they're going through this period in their life and they're unsure how to deal with it and how to handle it and how to manage it. And so I would love to offer at least 3 callers, a free 90-minute session with them, and this is like a real session, not just a listening to you and finding out what's going on for you, but this is, really let's going in there and digging deep and see what type of healing that we can do. So all they would need to do, this is for the first 3 that reach out to me, is to email me at Dana, DINA, at danacanetto.com.
Okay. I want to stop for a minute and ask you, this is a full 90-minute session with you.
Yeah.
That is exciting. Tell people what that means, because many folks usually when we give things away, it's like, oh, it's going to be like an introductory thing or this, but this is like a one-on-one private with you. Wow.
Yeah. That's why I was kind of throwing it in there that this isn't, just your typical. I also offer, discovery calls for people who are interested in my work. But this is really going in and doing some transformational work, healing on a deep level. So I invite you really to as quickly as you can to just step forward. And if you're feeling called, say yes to yourself.
Oh my gosh. And please, everybody, just email Dana at DANA, Dana at Dana Canetto, CANNETO.com. And she'll have to pick some folks. I love this. Okay, let's get back to it. As a matter of fact, Benny, we're going to just go ahead and skip that there, skip the 45 break, because we got a lot to talk about. A new perspective. I mean, some people wish they could just, have their crystal ball and have a new perspective. You work with women all over the world. Tell us about the new perspective and how do we look at the awakening journey with new eyes?
So what I have noticed is there's a lot of themes that come with awakening. And when, I kind of mentioned a little bit about this before, of when we go into the dark soul, the moments and those dreary feelings about ourselves. And, when the awakening happens, that is what happens. We really get to see ourselves in a way that we've never seen ourselves before. And it's not always pretty. So the first thing that I would say is that, the important thing is to know that you're on the journey and to know that there's something really exciting coming. It's like, and I know it's easy to say and not always easy to embody, But that's what this work is all about. And that's what these tools are all about, because I think what a lot of people don't understand too is that, we're dealing with this many times on a physical level because we're here on this earth plane and that's what we're meant to do here. But we're not really understanding, many of us aren't understanding that there's a whole other, energetic connection that we're tied to. And there are ways that we can go in and we can actually, change the stories on a dime, on a cellular level that are just, it's the word I'm thinking of. It's almost like the hamster wheel. We constantly are just like thinking these things and believing them. And then what's happening is our outer world is reflecting those things that we're embodying from whatever wounds or trauma or, that are coming to the surface right now for further healing.
Yeah.
And I also want to say that, there's a level of knowing, and this is part of, within my process. Well, actually, there's two things I want to say, but there's a level of knowing that you are so connected to a larger system.
Yeah.
You're not just you. There is, I do believe we are all one. We are all parts of this universal consciousness. And so the further that we can go in and excavate and heal ourselves, it's like it causes a ripple effect with the people around us, with the world around us. And it's not about like fixing anyone. It really is about going in and doing the work ourselves, and then you see that outer work. And the other thing I was going to say is that, on this energetic connection, one of the things, my work, I went through many different periods of, started as a health coach, healed my physical body. I had another awakening and, there was like many levels and, the chakras, that's something in the last year that I've really delved deep in is the importance of grounding and being in that place of security before, which is really the root chakra. It was before we can go to the next levels, of increasing our capacity for sensuality and pleasure and receiving and empowerment and our voice and who we are expressing ourselves as. So within the awakening, what happens is one really does wake up to the truth of who they are. They really do shed and release all of those beliefs and stories that they think about themselves for whatever, I say trauma, it doesn't have to be something so completely traumatic, but as a child, we pick up things, with different senses that we do as adults,
Yeah. Yeah. It's so important though, too, right? I mean, what we're looking at is people that are saying, I want to change, I want to change, I want to change. And then when change happens, it's very difficult to really get to this place of having a new perspective or taking a different look at it. But that's the work that you do, right? It's looking at things, that we could look at it as victims or we could look at them as victors. So, your own healing journey talks to the fact that we can rise above, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yes. And you know what? There's some schools of thought out there that, I just got to get, do this on my own and figure this out. And you're just going to spin. I tried to do that myself. And, I've always had somebody there to show me what it is I needed to see when I couldn't see it myself. Whether it was a peer or a mentor or somebody, I always made sure that I aligned myself with people that were, at the same frequency or level that I am, who we can really bounce things off of each other and see what's going on, for each other.
Oh, incredibly so. So in the view of what we're doing, we're looking at, wait a minute. What do I do? How do I heal from the inside out? Because a lot of times we're used to healing from the outside in. Oh, wait, I fell down and I scraped my knee, right? Okay. But we're not talking about what that meant on the inside. It's like, let's get the Band-Aid and move on. Tell me what's so wrong about that picture.
Oh, gosh, so many things. Well, first of all, we're just putting a Band-Aid on it. And, I did that for a really long time. If anybody reads my story, I had an eating disorder. I went through stages of just, drinking a lot and anything that I could do to, whether it was to fit in because I didn't feel comfortable in my own body, or, just the ways to distract myself. It's like that thing, like that bug or that thing that just keeps showing up and won't go away, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
That will happen. And so if we can catch it before that happens, and like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There in the beginning, it might be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But gosh, the healing and the magic that comes from it is like unexplainable. And what I also want to say is what I learned, because, in the beginning when I was going on this journey, I was so, hard on myself to the point where it was just a constant battle of trying to figure things out and judging myself for my emotions and everything. And there is a way that you can go through it as almost like it's almost like life is a game, it's like looking at the things that you're thinking and being like, oh my God, aren't I cute? Like thinking that thing again that I picked up at this age or whatever, I guess it's putting a little bit more of a playful spin on it when you can.
Yeah.
Because life is short and it's deep.
Yeah. And it affects us. What happens is we have these amazing dreams for ourselves and our lives. And yet we just cannot move beyond whatever that thing was that happened.
Yes.
It's like, wait a minute, please look at me, listen to me. Why don't you hear me? This is traumatic. This is what happened to me. And yet we don't realize that by doing that, we're literally holding our lives hostage, aren't we?
Completely. So true. And the beauty in this work too is I see so many of, when they really come out of hiding and realizing like, oh my gosh, because some of the stuff that comes up even in our sessions, like you can't even make this stuff up, right? So it's almost like when they get to the new level of awareness, they change the story. That does start to surface. Oh my gosh, this is my purpose. This is why I'm here. And then they get that level of empowerment to take the next steps to go there. I've had a lot of clients who are not happy in their jobs and they're wanting to, go into healing or, some type of work that's really making a difference in the world. But because of all those beliefs and all those things that they're holding on to, and even some of the physical challenges that are happening because of the thoughts, they're not able to do that. You know? So there's so many areas in your life that can shift, so much when this work starts to happen. And like you said, it's at the moment you say yes, it really is. Energy starts moving, things start happening. And one other thing I'll say is that there's a level of validation that comes with it too. Validation kind of, that word, sometimes people look at it like you shouldn't need to feel, or you shouldn't have to get validation from others. But you know what? Sometimes when you're feeling something and you don't trust yourself, it really helps for somebody to be that support system for you and say, no, this is exactly what you're meant to be feeling. And that's a lot of the inner child work, is validating that whatever that inner child, when that little brattiness comes out, usually the inner child, validate her. These thoughts are, they're what you were feeling at that time, and they're completely real. So don't squash them and don't push them down. So it's, having a level of playfulness with it and curiosity.
Yeah. And what I love about this is taking the time to just recognize that there they are and showing up. This is really, for us to really figure out how to stay on track, how to do that. But before we get to that, one more time, I know the hour goes so quickly. One more time, again, tell folks about your upcoming Body Divinity Tribe, and also this fabulous giveaway you have.
Yeah. So the Body Divinity Tribe is a community for women to really connect and receive guidance and inspiration. And I'll be holding calls twice a month. There'll be live calls. However, there are replays that are available forever. They'll be on the Facebook forum there for anybody who signs up, later than the community starts.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be access to me for support on Facebook and, even just being in the community of other women, and seeing the reflections in each other is just so healing as it is. So that is going to be starting. It's open for, registration now. It's on my website, www.danacanedo.com/body-divinity-tribe. And the first call will be on December 12th. And then the free offer is 3 coaching sessions, 90-minute coaching healing sessions for anybody that's feeling called. They can email me at Dana, D-A-N-A, at danacanedo.com. And that's DANACANNETO.com.
Awesome. And we're going to be posting this as well on social media. So folks out there, just get a reminder. Are you amazed at how quickly the hour goes by?
Yes. I just looked up. Yeah. So much more to say.
So much more to say. And we're not going to interrupt you in saying it. First of all, where do we begin? And then how do we stay on track? What should we know at this point, Dana? What should we know here?
Well, first I would say that if there's anything that's going on, with your life, in your body, your physical body, your emotions, just the outer world, is to just take those moments, literally take those moments of silence, and as best you can to tap in. So as you know, I do a lot of body work. I use the body as the gateway to finding the truths and eliminating any of the illusions that are happening. And so what has always helped me is to really get into that grounding place, and beauty is a big thing in my life too. So wherever I can create beauty, so whether it's a candle and playing nice music, and it's just giving yourself that time, that space, and tapping into your body, putting your hand on your heart and your other hand on your solar plexus, and just feeling what it is that you're feeling. Get support. I can't even say that enough. If you need support, try to get that support. But as you move forward, it's really about an understanding that something so amazing and spectacular is happening for you right now. As grueling as it might seem, whatever you're going through. And you know what? We all still go through them. I'm not saying I'm in a place where I'm just, I've got it all figured out. Absolutely not. I mean, and I don't believe that we ever really get to that place of just 100%, nothing that happens in our world that affects us or challenges us, because that's why we're here. We're here to be challenged. But, it's just being open to receive the messages that are coming with whatever is going on for you, reaching out for the support, looking for the those little cosmic breadcrumbs. What are those things that you're seeing come into play for you? You might even be like, oh my gosh, right now, thinking of some of them, where there's that support for you. And
yeah. And, this is a time of the year where we start to take a look at, what do I want to do? What do I want to change? I mean, we're starting to think ahead a little bit too. Let's take a minute, if we could, and talk about this online community. Talk about Body Divinity for a moment, and the Body Divinity Tribe, because this is really exciting. This is going to be the way people are going to be able to get some help here.
Yeah. So Body Divinity it just rings so true in my entire body when I even say it, every time I say it.
Yeah.
Body Divinity is really what we're all here to embody. It's the divinity within us. It's the purity and the innocence of who we are. It's the unlimited, vast amount of love that is available for us. outside of us, inside of us, and that we are so tapped in. And that's the thing that I don't think that, being in this world of craziness and busyness and having every distraction in the world, the answers are always within us. We might need that nudging or that assistance to get there so that we can trust ourselves in that. But body divinity is also, when you think of the physical body, how can I treat my vessel with the utmost respect, love, honoring, nourishment available to me? Because if we're not filling our physical body up with those things that bring us to that highest vibration, this awakening journey is going to be very difficult. And unfortunately, the body is usually the punching bag.
Yeah.
The things that are not going right in our emotions or our mental state or spiritually or whatnot, and oftentimes, the women who come to me there is stuff going on in their body, or they're not happy in their body. They can't stand being in their body, and I relate because that's where I came from. So it's, body divinity is like the all-encompassing energy, spiritual, emotional, physical body, and the divine nature of the body in every aspect.
Oh, I know, it's exciting. And, part of this too is looking at what it is that we want to say and do and what goals we want to reach. But it's not just about goals. It's these ideas of, I want to have this level of awareness now. And that's what awakening is, isn't it? I want to have this new level of awareness now. And I want to have my life be that. Yeah. What have you discovered along the way to help people, assist them on that journey, and also to reconnect with the body?
Oh, there's so many.
I know. I know, in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I will say this.
Okay.
It really is personal. Everybody is on a different personal journey. But what's interesting, what I have found, is that so much of it doesn't really have to do with the physical body. There's so much distraught and hate and self-judgment within the self that the physical body is the one thing right there that's tangible, that we can, punish, that we can treat badly. So first, the one thing I would say, though, on a physical piece is that I wake up every morning and I literally, this is part of my body rituals that are available on my website, actually. It's a free download. It's just a one-pager. I touch every single part of my body. And I honor it. And, there's that saying out there to pay attention to those things that you do love. I don't believe in that. I think we need to pay attention to all of it. So, your stomach, your shoulder, just love it. Love your body up. Look at yourself in the mirror, in the eyes. It's just all those things that you can just reconnect back with your body to be reacquainted. But I have to say, it's really the inner work on top of that, because there's so much else, going on as to why we actually use the body as a victim. It's really about self-love.
Oh, it's just amazing. I love what you're about to do, and, the time that you and I are going to spend together. I mean, there's lots more to come. One last question. And again, please give out your website and tell folks about, your Pay It Forward gift. What's your personal message, Dana? What would you like to leave us with?
It's so simple as to just embody who you are, really. And to just every single thing that you're noticing, after you get off this call, even you could start right away, every thought that you're thinking that might be negative about yourself or, you're berating yourself, punish you, ask questions, be open to being curious as to where do these thoughts come from? Are they even mine? So it's really about embodying every single emotion, every single feeling, everything with love, with so much love and compassion for yourself. We're all on this journey. We're all on it,
Yeah. And there's no question, we get to take the journey, and awakening is really the gift of this. Dana, thank you so much. Please give out your website one more time.
Thank you. It's www.danacaneto.com, and that's DANACANNETO.
Awesome. And you're going to hear lots more from Dana. She's going to be coming back and visiting with us quite a bit. We've got lots planned for all of us because awakening is really the key to our fulfillment. Let's take a short break, everybody. We'll be right back.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.